Well, in the short time we were inside that gun store there, we saw a handful of people asking about buying an AR-15 style rifle. We also saw people buying magazines, firearm magazines, and they tell me it's because of the changes coming soon to Washington State.
So I got two 30-round magazines for an AR.
Trent Nichols is one of many people who stopped by Rev Arms today in Covington. He didn't just buy ammo and firearm magazines.
I bought an AR-15 today, took one home.
Sales have been phenomenal.
Gun stores say they're seeing record sales.
This is your traditional standard capacity magazine. From the magazine standpoint, we've seen a 100% increase here. We can't keep them in stock.
Store owners say it's because of new gun restrictions that state lawmakers and Governor Inslee approved.
Majority of people will, they've been stocking up or adding standard capacity magazines, 15 to 30 rounds, sometimes 50 round.
That's why Nichols stopped by today.
It was kind of the law, yeah, a lot of the pressure from the government, especially our state, is putting on restrictions.
A new Washington state law takes effect July 1st. It stops the manufacturing, distribution, and sale of firearm magazines with more than 10 rounds of ammunition. That impacts handguns as well as AR-15 style rifles. Some say the new law won't stop crime.
The legislation has their heart in the right place, but at the end of the day, the impact that it has on law-abiding citizens, it really just hinders them from being able to properly protect themselves against those who will do bad things regardless of the laws.
I don't think it's going to help curtail crime. I think the criminals will still end up with whatever they want. So.
Renton police arrested a 39-year-old woman for attempted promoting prostitution as well as unlawful imprisonment. Police did not say if they believe there are any other victims, but they are asking anyone with information to contact them.
I heard a flashbang, building shook.
Around 8:15 a.m. this morning, Renton police and SWAT surrounded this massage parlor, Q's Spa on Northeast 4th Street.
We could hear the SWAT team up the road in front of them yelling, come out with your hands up on the megaphone. And then a flashbang went off, shook the windows.
People next door shared these photos of police storming into the business.
There was 2 SWAT vehicles and probably 25 to 30 police officers surrounding, with shields and guns. They broke in, basically, had to break down the door.
Renton police say a woman showed up to work here at what she thought was a legitimate job, but was held against her will, expected to perform sexual services for clients and sexually exploited. Businesses nearby say they noticed suspicious activity, people coming and going late at night and living in trailers behind the business.
A lot of people around town kind of figured what was going on there.
But it wasn't until the victim was able to break free and call 911 that police were able to come in and make an arrest. Investigators commending the victim's bravery in coming forward to make a report.
That's crazy. I would never suspect anything like that going on around here. These days, doesn't surprise me.
The second city on the west, the Emerald City of Seattle, Washington.
So it's official, the city of Seattle, one of the host cities for the 2026 World Cup. There are 16 host cities in all, spread across the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. Other West Coast cities include Vancouver, British Columbia, the San Francisco Bay Area, Los Angeles, and Guadalajara, Mexico. Sports director Nico Tamurian here now to break it all down. We were talking about this last night. How exciting.
It's so exciting, really. It's 4 years from now, and that may seem like a long time, but it's going to fly by, and certainly it makes the details that are coming up going to be that much more exciting in the months and even years ahead. The hard part's over. We got it, right? Seattle showed FIFA it is capable and in some ways tailor-made to host the World Cup. Let that sink in. We are hosting the most important soccer event, maybe even the most important global sporting event. Make no mistake, FIFA officials, they were here that first week of May. They watched Sounders fans pack Lumen Field to the brim for the Champions League final. So the fans, these people right here, played a huge part. Now, it's about getting ready. Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell wants our city to realize the history that's at stake.
It's going to help me change the narrative in this city, that we do not win when people are throwing bricks through glass. We do not win. Nobody wins. That we embrace race and social justice. We address income inequality head on through our policies, and we welcome all people. That's what this means. This is, we are the greatest soccer city in the world.
Seattle is one of just 11 cities in the United States selected. Yet another factor that should make you pretty proud. And this coming up in sports in just a few minutes, we'll show you how one of the best soccer minds in Seattle became a fan for one afternoon, and also the end of an era for the Seattle Storm.
All right, thanks, Nico. We're ready for you. That's the message from Governor Inslee on Twitter after the big announcement today. Reaction pouring in all over social media tonight from fans to local and state leaders. Seattle clearly ready for the World Cup. Stay with KOMO News for continuing coverage of the 2026 World Cup. Get updates on air and online at KOMOnews.com.
Good morning. Driving around today, I've already seen some new no parking signs and orange tags posted on cars and RVs. And already we've all seen people driving away RVs, people picking up their tents, and the sweep, that sweep you mentioned, doesn't start until 9 a.m. Now, Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell says this effort is part of the city's One Seattle Homelessness Action Plan. The key objectives of this include creating places to live, bringing people indoors, and funding new ways to provide support to residents in crisis. In addition, the city increased its homelessness budget 125% over the last 4 years, from $77 million in 2018 to $173 million in 2022. The mayor of Seattle says they are providing 70% of the budget for the King County Homelessness Authority, which is developing a strategy to end homelessness in Seattle and beyond.
There's a lot of needs out there. I feel like definitely when it comes to like their mental health, I feel like there's not enough resources out there.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.